In the midst of the golden mist shimmering in the enchanted forest, Lucas and Sophia walked side by side. They had heard stories about the place, trees that whispered ancient secrets, rivers that seemed to sing, and mysterious lights flickering between the branches. It was a special day. Lucas, with his curious eyes, examined the colorful plants that grew around them, while Sophia jotted down discoveries in her green-covered notebook. Both loved exploring, always in search of something magical, and today the forest seemed more alive, more vibrant, as if it held a secret just for them. Suddenly, Sophia stopped abruptly and pointed excitedly. Beneath a bush covered in sky-blue flowers lay an egg. It was no ordinary egg. Its shell glistened with shades of purple and gold, as if it had absorbed the morning sun's rays. Lucas kneeled beside her, eyes wide with curiosity. "It's beautiful, but what's inside?" he wondered aloud. Before they could even hypothesize, the egg began to vibrate. Sophia stepped back, startled, while Lucas stayed attentive. In seconds, the shell cracked open with a soft popping sound, and something extraordinary happened. From inside the egg emerged a tiny dragon, barely the size of Lucas's hand. Its skin was covered in shimmering scales, alternating between shades of blue and silver, and its eyes were large, almost hypnotically luminous. When it let out a cute squeak, something in the hearts of the two friends burst with tenderness. "It's incredible," Sophia murmured, kneeling beside Lucas. The dragon looked at her with an almost curious expression before nestling into the palms of Lucas's hands. "And now?" Lucas wondered aloud. "What do we do with it?" Sophia didn't have time to answer. A loud sound like a branch breaking echoed through the forest. Both turned their heads quickly, alarmed. In the depths of the trees, a shadowy figure moved. It was a hunter, a tall, intimidating man with narrow eyes and gray attire that almost camouflaged him among the trunks. He carried a shining net, and his malicious smile made it clear he was eyeing the newborn dragon. "This magical creature will be worth a fortune," the man growled, advancing slowly toward them. Sophia grabbed Lucas's arm. "We need to protect it quickly!" Lucas nodded, carefully closing his hands around the tiny dragon, which let out a low, terrified hiss. The two friends ran through the forest, each step echoing like drums in their ears, as the hunter pursued them closely, shouting threats. The forest seemed to side with the friends. Trees leaned to block the pursuer's path. Vines descended as if trying to grab his net. Still, the hunter followed, determined. Sophia and Lucas knew they couldn't run forever. They needed a plan. "There!" Sophia pointed, indicating a clearing where a giant tree stood. The trunk had carved runes, glowing with a gentle light. "I think that tree is magical. We can hide there." The two ran to the tree, and not knowing exactly how, touched the runes. A portal opened before them, a secret passage leading to a deeper part of the forest. They entered, the portal closing behind them just as the hunter reached them. He shouted in frustration, pounding the trunk, but could not follow. Inside the portal, it was as if they had entered another world. The air was lighter, purer, and the vegetation glowed softly. In the center of the clearing, a majestic creature, an adult dragon, watched them. Its scales shone like liquid gold, and its eyes were gentle. The dragon looked at the hatchling in Lucas's hands and let out a low roar that seemed to convey gratitude. The feeling was clear. A parent had been reunited. Sophia and Lucas exchanged glances, knowing in that moment they had done the right thing. But the peace was short-lived. Suddenly, the portal behind them reopened and the hunter advanced. "You can't hide forever!" he shouted, raising his net. Before Lucas and Sophia could react, the adult dragon interposed itself between them and the hunter. A ray of light exploded from its scales, filling the clearing with protective energy that forced the hunter to retreat. Frightened and blinded by the flashes, he stumbled and fled, disappearing into the forest. When everything calmed down, the adult dragon lifted the hatchling and looked again at Lucas and Sophia. Then, as a gesture of gratitude, it released a breath of golden light that enveloped the two friends. They felt their bodies being filled with new energy, a profound connection with the enchanted forest. "Thank you," Sophia murmured, still emotional. Lucas nodded, still holding her notebook firmly. They watched as the adult dragon, with the hatchling secure, took flight, disappearing among the trees. On the way back home, Sophia smiled at Lucas. "It wasn't just an adventure," she said. "It was a beginning." Lucas smiled back. "I think now we're part of the forest's secrets." Knowing they would never forget that day, the friends returned along the shimmering path, ready to protect the magic they had discovered and guard the secrets of the enchanted forest.